Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. Out here, watering the garden right now. Well, the second garden, the orchard, and down the side we planted a whole lot more beans, cucumbers, a lot of herbs and stuff. And right in the middle, right down there, we planted a bunch of corn. Why? Well, we have the space, and with everything going on, why not? That was my thought. Anyway, but I already had all the seed and everything, and it was, I thought we might as well do this the way everything is shaping up. But I was talking to my wife, the hooch, and I said, to make it effective, since we're planting out here, we really need to get a few more hose pipes just to help with the irrigation. Now I've got some ways to do the gray water, but I don't have it set up completely yet because all of my gray water comes out of the house, runs down along the back of the property, and will come out here and just flood irrigate this area. But I don't have it quite finished yet because I have to make some holding tanks for it. And she said, well, go grab a few hoses, however you need. And I said, okay. So I went to Walmart and I started looking, and they had some hose, some garden hoses, but the garden hoses that I wanted are now almost $50 a piece for 50 feet. And I needed 200 feet of hose. And that would be, even with my public school math, that's $200. Good googly moogly. That ain't cheap. And I told her, and she said, well, we really can't afford $200 for hoses. I said, no, I'll never pay that. And we still have the old property, and I had piles of old hoses from where I did irrigation for the garden at the old property. I just had to pull them up out of the weeds and everything. And we got some stray cats over there that we still feed. So I went over there and checked on the property, and then I started pulling up these hoses, and I pulled up about 500 feet of good quality hose, older stuff, and had a couple of cracks in it. And I bought vinyl hose repair kits and put them together, and I was able to get enough to space all these guys together. Because the kick in the butt is, if you're gonna plant, you need to irrigate. It's just the way it is, you know. But you know, if the cost of irrigation and the equipment is more than what you would get a return of the vegetables or whatever product it is, well, then is it worth it? Well, that's the age-old question. So goodness gracious. But we were able to put it all together, and out of 500 feet of old hose, I've got about 400 feet, which is 200 more than I needed. So it's fantastic. It works really well. And so all the corn, the beans, dill, sunflowers, cucumbers, peaches, everything got a really good long soaking today. But this is what we are facing. What would you do if you didn't have the means to irrigate all the way down to the end of your property? I guess you could buy PVC or, you know, irrigation line like for a golf course on the big rolls and do it that way. But dadgum, nothing is cheap anymore. That is the nutshell of this video. There's nothing that is cheap anymore. Whatever you have, if you can repair it, mend it, fix it, extend it a little bit longer, guys, you're going to be so much better off. We'll actually probably call this video Fix What You Have. it is amazing how expensive the stuff was. Now, and the real kick in the butt, they did have the hoses that I wanted, and they were 4 times as much as they were. They only had 2 of them in the whole store. It's a Walmart. Things are getting worse. Have your plans in place. Know who you can trust. Take care of your people.